Hello, my name is Leslie Williams, and I am in San Diego, in La Jolla. And sorry about my laughness, I'm a little video shy. What I'm doing right now, I'm in a new emergency hiking area, and I situated my tent in a spot where, obviously with me not being familiar with the area, I did not know that the rain would, it really wasn't that bad. See, because I'm kind of like I'm not on a slippery slope or nothing, it's just the ground is unlevel. Okay, so long story short, when it rained, this is not the kind of tent that I usually buy, and so let me just put it to you this way: no water got in the tent, but the water got underneath the tent. Hold on. I was literally almost in a waterbed. And the water was about that thick, that's all, underneath the tent. So, and the property that I hurry up and hid once I got here, got all wet. So I've been working all day, airing stuff out, going through bags, letting stuff dry out. The point being is this, hold on. So I'm going to be spending, today's date is December 6th, 2014. And so why I'm talking to you as I'm making this video, just excuse what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to try and get two things done at once. I am a target, victim, and activist concerned in the criminal expeditions of what is known as organized stalking, which can also be termed as gang stalking. And it's not stalking by gangs. So, so when you hear that terminology, don't automatically, instinctively think that it's stalking by gangs, even though they do gang up on a target. Hold on a second. Now, the reason why I'm making this video is because I basically think it's very important for targets of this crime to keep the public updated about what's happening to them. Now, this crime is very intrusive, it's searching, it's active, and it's prevalent. So the only way that you're going to be able to thoroughly understand what organized stalking and gang stalking is to extensively research it meticulously. And be careful, because there's a lot of misinformation and disinformation, including books. So be careful about what you deduce and conclude before you do a thorough investigation. The best thing to do is to listen to educated, seasoned target individuals who've been targeted. I don't want to say that a person's testimony that's been targeted for like a year doesn't know any more than I do. That's not what I'm implying, but the best bit is to listen to people who've been stalked for at least a year, and who know that what is happening to them is gang stalking. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just basically brief you and update you, in case I have any regular viewers, pertaining to what's happening to me and what's been happening to me. As a result of being a organized stalking, gang stalking targeted individual, targeted individuals are made, you can go to Google and type in organized stalking and or gang stalking creating homelessness of targets, and you will see that it is one of their main things that they do against the target. Also, please go to YouTube and type in learning disabled woman exposes criminal motivations of gang stalking, learning disabled woman exposes methods and tactics of gang stalking, learning disabled woman exposes flat out evidence of gang stalking, learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at UCSD, learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at UCSD Press Center, learning disabled woman exposes gang stalking at SDSU. And you'll start to begin to see, in fact, the best thing to do, if you want to find out what's happening particularly to me, and since in a lot of my videos I describe gang stalking methods and tactics, you'll be able to pretty much be able to deduce, hold on, you should be able to also deduce what is happening to my fellow targeted individuals that are out there right now being gang stalked, including the ones who don't know yet what's happening to them as gang stalking. Hold on. Now, basically, when you research, so go to Google and type in UCSD space law library, are they networking gang stalking? And you should bring that blog up within the as soon as you hit enter, but it might not come up until you click on the second or third page. Excuse me, of the pages that come up once you type that in at Google or whatever search engine you use, and then hit enter. My name is Leslie Williams. I live in La Jolla, California, in San Diego County. Now, you can also go to Google and type in gang stalking and police officers, gang stalking in police departments, gang stalking in the FBI. Okay, organized stalking and gang stalking is nothing but a criminal enterprise. Okay, because they make money off of everything and anything in reference to the types of criminal motivations that they're involved in and what they do to the selected target individual. They're targeting the elderly like you would not believe. And they're targeting 70% of targets are women. Human trafficking is definitely involved in this crime, and so is prostitution rings. Any type of crime that you can think of, these little wild, filthy, criminal whore rat asses are involved in it. Now, if you watch my videos in reference to the video titles and the blog titles that I've included so far in this video, you'll clearly be able to see that I am clearly describing how this is organized crime in the system at the federal, state, and local level, who are using their employment descriptions, and they are also connected to other individuals within the community. Make no mistake about it. They're the only way that a selected target individual, no matter who it is, me or any other target individual, the only way that they could be harassed in specific identical ways along all their routes every single day, everywhere they go. Hold on. By mostly being subject to, in reference to the mild over harassment. A target individual is harassed through creative means every day. Okay, overtly, but it's directly meant for them to experience by the perpetrators and the individuals they use. So basically just go to Google and type in sensitization methods in gang stalking, street theaters in gang stalking, skits in gang stalking, SKITS, then basically one of the main objectives that they do for the target individual is to run them down mentally, psychologically, physiologically, emotionally, financially, and even spiritually. One of the main goals for them is to break the target down to the point to where the target just has a mental collapse. That's where they make a lot of the money off the insurance fraud. And psychiatrists and psychologists and doctors as well, including doctors who will tend to the target's physical pertaining to like a rape or an assault, because they will stage those as well. These filthy, wild, whore, rat-ass animals are nothing but criminals and to the extreme. And I am not saying that because of what I am experiencing. I'm saying that based on experience, educated knowledge, okay, and data that has come from extensive, exhaustive research. Hold on. Now, racketeering is one of the criminal motivations of gang stalking, insurance fraud, and in every realm of the sense of what a person would take out insurance on another person for, including them taking out a life insurance policy on the organized stalking, gang stalking target, and then eventually having them murdered. Okay. Now, you would not believe what I know. You just would not believe it. But let me get back to that just for a second, to when I was talking about, when I started discussing how an organized stalking gang, I'll just say gang stalking, but you can research this crime by both terms, organized stalking or gang stalking. The only way that an organized stalking targeted individual can be harassed overtly, being subjected to sensitization methods, people verbally, outwardly, just, you know, calling them every type of vile name, looking for every excuse to do it, staged events. The only way that could be occurring is that if it is somebody in the system that is managing and hosting and directing this entire campaign. But make no mistake about it, these little filthy, wild, whore, rat-ass animals, they also have tentacles within the community as well. So when a person, whether it be me or anybody else, when we go into a grocery store or a post office or a bank or a library or a university campus or a college campus, We are intentionally subject to organized stalking, gang stalking sensitization methods, staged events, which can bring about arrest, banning the target from wherever they're at, like a grocery store or a library or a university campus. I'm gang stalked all over UCSD. It got to the point to where I just stopped going. Yeah, I was see, one of the main things that a target depends on before, during, or after the homelessness is created is their computers. Now, since these little wild, filthy, red-ass animals, they have certain technologies that can hack into the target individual's cell phone, computers, they'll hack into your landline phone, and make no mistake about it, utility company personnel can be involved in gang stalking. Okay? Syndicated members. Okay? Cable installers as well. Handymen. Watch out for those handymen, ladies and gentlemen, because you better believe they're involved in it. Landlords and property owners. Post employees, absolutely. Bank tellers. Bank managers. People in social services. Social security as well. Absolutely. I have been gang stalked inside of at least 8 different social security offices in 3 different states. Multiple post offices in every state I've lived in ever since the open harassment started towards me, even though the crime of organized stalking and gang stalking was already happening towards me before the open harassment began. I just didn't know it. The point being is this. Organized stalking, and I'm predicting right now they're going to eventually come to this hiking area and either give me an illegal lodging ticket and or an arrest. And the purpose for that is because what they're going to do is incrementally stage this over time in order to take the syndicated probate control for racketeering, insurance, fraud, and human trafficking in a organized crime, syndicated run group home and or detention center. Hold on. You better believe this shit directly connected to the prison industrial complex. Hold on. Excuse me. If you went to Google right now and YouTube and typed in "learning disabled woman exposes flat-out evidence of gang stalking," "learning disabled woman catches and exposes gang stalking," just do it. And just go to that blog. That blog I told you about, UCSD and Law Library, Are They Networking Gang Stalking? And I am referring to the Law Library on Front Street in downtown San Diego. I mean, gang stalking that library like you would not believe. Like you would not believe. They'll deny every word of it, call me crazy concerning it, okay, in order to defend themselves from their criminal activity that they know they're involved in. Absolutely. Just like UCSD and SDSU and USD was involved in. Organized stalking and gang stalking targeted individuals are subject to clever, overt harassment and staged events everywhere they go. Hold on. Like, for instance, one of the main ways that they intentionally let you know that you're being gang stalked is by using sensitization methods, which I've already briefly talked about, and I'll expand on it for a couple minutes. You can again go to those YouTube titles I've already mentioned, and you'll be able to see what a more in-depth explanation. Okay, so the only way that a targeted individual could be experiencing the same exact identical sensitization methods along all their routes by different people every day is that if it's got to be one person, persons, or group that is in the system that is managing the entire campaign, because the harassment is the same everywhere the target goes. Okay, grocery store employees like Ralph employees over off of La Jolla Village Plaza. Hold on. Let's see if any wild-ass animal in the system, any law enforcement, tries to claim that they discovered where I might be staying at as a result of any background noise, because they're lying, filthy whores. You would not believe the things that I have endured as a result of the San Diego police officers being involved in this crime, and they'll lie about it up and down the road, and call me crazy concerning it, which is actually a gang stalking method. Calling a targeted individual mentally ill, bipolar, delusional, paranoid, schizophrenic with persecutorial ideations. Yes, I know all about the psychological mental illness labels that they put on targets because of research and because I took psychology courses in school, many of them. And so I'm hip to the game. You wouldn't believe the exhaustive research I've done. So, ladies and gentlemen, the point being is this. is that in organized stalking, gang stalking expeditions, they basically create the homelessness so they can exploit it in order to exploit you by calling you crazy because you think you're being stalked by people you don't know, even though you are. Make sure, in fact, when you go to that blog is the first thing you should go to, okay? After you go to that blog and research the blog, then go to YouTube and type in "Learning Disabled Woman exposes or explains criminal motivations of gang stalking," and then "Learning Disabled Woman exposes methods and tactics of gang stalking." You can also research "Learning Disabled Woman being gang stalked at hiking areas." Learning Disabled Woman makes hiking area predictions. Now, I began to say about how they intentionally will let you know that you're being gang stalked by repeating certain words, phrases, physical gestures along all your routes and or sounds, including clapping. Now, if a person is hiking because they got tired of being evicted from all their apartments and motel rooms, trying to run and survive this crime, yes, they will gang stalk you to your house, to your home, to your motel rooms. They will collude with property owners and landlords to have you evicted. And they will even then also watch through covert surveillance. They will watch where you're attempting to rent another apartment at, wait till you leave, and then approach that landlord or property owner with a badge, whether it be real or fake, a fake bogus criminal investigation file. All these descriptions can be Googled and cross-referenced to gang stalking. And then they will persuade that landlord or property owner not to rent to that target in order to keep the homeless active. Because the only way that they can get syndicated probate control is by trying to claim that the target cannot take care of themselves because they have a mental illness, which they also complement that lie with the fact that they try and claim that they're not only homeless because they got the mental illness, but they're also mentally ill because they think they're being stalked by people they don't know, even though when you go to that blog, you'll flat out be able to see I'm being gang stalked right in your face, literally. Now, so then, once you research that blog, and then the YouTube titles that I was showing you, by the way, you can go to YouTube and type in, let me just light this cigarette. You can also go to YouTube and type in "Learning Disabled Woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus." Learning Disabled Woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. Now, when you're looking at that video, do you see anything wrong with the structure of the back of the bus? See anything wrong with the structure of the back of the bus? Why is the back door on the wrong side of the bus periodically within the video? Why is the rail that holds the mirror periodically on the wrong side of the bus when the back door is on the wrong side of the bus? And why is the mirror backwards? Here's the real catcher though. Why is me and the individual who assaulted me sitting on the opposite side of the bus in the video in reference to where we were actually sitting at the day of the assault? When you see where he's sitting at and where I am sitting at, it is totally and completely on the wrong side of the bus in reference to where we were actually sitting at. So whoever managed and steered that alteration of that video, MTS, and who runs them, is directly connected to managing this expedition towards me, and whoever steered mentally the San Diego police officers who falsified the police report pertaining to that assault is directly knowledgeable of who is hosting and managing this gang stalking of me. I've also been brutally assaulted 4 other times, and every single one of those assaults were predicted before it occurred, including the MTS assault. So make sure you slowly and meticulously research everything that is in the description of that YouTube video. Learning Disabled Woman brutally assaulted on an MTS bus. They know they know that I am whistleblowing about everything that's happening to me and has, because cyber surveillance is a method of gang stalking. And if you don't believe that, well, I'm sure you probably do. Especially once you start researching what I've described in this video so far. But the point being is this. It's all over the internet. Google it. Gang stalking, cyber surveillance of targets. Gang stalking, computer hacking of targets. Gang stalking, cell phone hacking of targets. Gang stalking, email rerouting. Gang stalking, phone call rerouting. Gang stalking, faking email replies. These are some of the methods of organized stalking, gang stalking perpetrators that they utilize covertly against the target individual. Hold on. Excuse me. Point being is this. In order to be able to continue the crime towards the target and to attempt to achieve the criminal motivation that they have for the target, they have to have the target isolated. Hold on. From family support and social support, like friendships. And the reason why that is because when the target individual is being set up to be arrested and they're made homeless intentionally, if the target has any witnesses, then the police will have to say, look, like say if I went down to a police department right now and I showed them 5 audio files of individuals getting around me and saying gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk crazy, gang stalk, oh my god, gang stalk weird, in that way, at multiple different places, multiple different dates, even dates that are a year apart, and that police officer denies hearing it while I'm with somebody, that's a witness to his gross negligence of duty, and more than likely, well, you might as well just say conspiracy under the color of authority as well, because he's lying. Or she, whoever, it all depends on if it's a female cop or a male cop. So the point being is that isolation is Google that, gang stalking, isolating targets. You'll see I'm telling you the truth. Just like a spouse who's an abuser, whether it be the man that's the abuser or the female that's the abuser, these types of controlling relationships want to make sure that their spouse is isolated from friendships and even family support, because they want to be able to make sure that whatever they want to do to the target, the control, the sexual exploitation more than likely, and the physical abuse and the mental abuse, is they want to make sure that the target has, that the spouse has no one to turn to, no one to run to escape the relationship. And that's how this abusive partner is able to keep the person in the relationship. That's right. Organized stalking and gang stalking is directly connected to every single type of crime that you can think of, make no mistake about it. And you can also go to Google and type in organized stalking and or gang stalking in psychiatric floors, hospitals, jails, prisons, detention centers, San Diego Sheriff's Department, organized stalking, gang stalking in San Diego Police Department, organized stalking and gang stalking in UCSD. Same thing with SDSU and USD. So, ladies and gentlemen, the only way that this type of organized harassment, staged assaults, even rapes, staged robberies, staged arrests, falsified police reports, the only way that this could be going on is that if somebody is in the system that is either controlling an entire police department, more than likely, I have no doubt in my mind at all that individuals that work in the mayor's office are involved in gang stalking. Now, you can go to Google right now and you can type in a gang stalking tech, everything you need to know, which is a manifesto of a manager of gang stalking crews. It's been thoroughly dissected by me and many other targeted individuals and researchers of this crime, and every single one of us are saying the same exact identical thing, that it is an actual manifesto of a manager of gang stalking. But make no mistake about it, it is not the entire scope of what they're capable of, what they're involved in, and how they operate. Okay? In that manifesto, it flat out states that they are directly connected to the aides of mayors, AIDS. These individuals can even make sure that the right mayor gets elected. It states it right in the manifesto. Now, there's some things in that manifesto that you're going to read, like MK Ultra. As soon as you see that, you might think to yourself, this woman's crazy, or this is nothing but bullshit. Fellow American citizens, make no mistake about it. I'm here today to tell you the truth. It's up to you if you decide that you have if you want to investigate these extreme, horrific, heinous criminalities or not. Obviously, I mean, I'm not trying to sound direct or nothing, but a lot of times when people are introduced to a subject and they're not familiar with it, and then they might read a manifesto that's got some things in it that sound a little bit bizarre, they might automatically dismiss it and not even investigate it. That's what some people will do, I'm sure. But the point being is this as well. Do you really think that there's hundreds of thousands, there's an estimated at least 3 million targeted individuals right now in the United States, at least. This crime has been covered on local news. It's been covered on national radio shows, and it's been covered on even Jesse Ventura did a show about it called The Brain Invaders. Now, that has to do with some of the technological resources that can happen to organized stalking, gang stalking targets. And make no mistake about it, ladies and gentlemen, the only thing I can tell you to do is to do your research, and you'll see I'm telling you the truth. So they're taking just average people out of their homes. I'm not involved in any illegal or criminal activity whatsoever. whatsoever. What is happening to me is happening to me because I've been targeted by people who I do not know in any way, shape, or form. Physically, personally, socially, and any other way that you can think of. Total, complete strangers are doing this to me in my life in order to prop me up, in order to exploit me. That's right. I went through thousands of dollars running from this crime, surviving this crime, and exposing this crime. Also, a syndicated cop who I walk up to and play him an audio file of two men yelling to my face, gang stalking, gang stalking, and gang stalking, I'm gonna fuck you up. Excuse my language. Literally yelling that right in my physical presence, one inch away, literally 1 inch away from my body, yelling it right to my face, and a hidden running tape recorder catching it. Okay? Playing that audio file to at least 8 different San Diego police officers, they all denied they heard it. Every single one of them. That audio file is in the blog, so go to that blog and you'll see what I'm telling you. So when you think to yourself, okay, I know I'm a target of this crime because my tape recorder can't have a mental illness. Do you really think a tape recorder can have a mental illness? In fact, check it out. Let me see if I got, it's on one of these files right here. So I was recording on this tape recorder, but hold on. Hold on. Let's see if I can find it on this. Okay. Alright, so I don't even have my glasses on. So just go to that blog and you'll see the evidence. Now the point being is this, is that when you look and when you research this evidence, and you'll see it, the statement that I just made pertaining to showing an audio file to at least six, I said 8, but at least 6 San Diego police officers of 2 individuals on Thanksgiving Day 2013 stating to me in a hidden running tape recorder, gang stalk together, gang stalking and gang stalking, I'm gonna fuck you up, right to my face, yelling it. Okay. That is the Thanksgiving event that you'll find in the blog that you hear me talking about in the blog. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm predicting right now in today's date. Today's date is December 6, 2014. This video probably won't be uploaded until sometime next week, probably Wednesday or Thursday. Okay. Now, they're staging events in libraries because when a targeted individual, when the targeted individual goes to a library, they're uploading video evidence. They know it through cyber surveillance, so what they do is stage events. Okay. Stage complaints, stage threats to bait you to react to it so they can ban you, and then literally having the audacity to file a false police report about it. They're criminals. Everything that I'm telling you right now is the literal absolute truth in the way that I'm describing it. Okay? I'm not sugarcoating it, I'm not being dramatic. Everything that I just said in reference to propping up people to stage complaints towards you in a library, whether it be a university library or just a regular library, is what they do. I've been gang stalked at SDSU Love Library, UCSD Biomedical Library, and the Geisel Library, the North University San Diego Public Library. The employees there are involved in gang stalking like you would not believe. They'll lie about it up and down the road. Let me ask you a question. If you went to Google right now and typed in gang stalking in libraries, how many look at how many Google generated responses you'll get, numeric responses. And then research the blogs. Research the blogs. Do you really honestly think that individuals who are being targeted in the same way I am in libraries in other states, people who have never communicated with each other or know each other in any way, shape, or form, hundreds of us are online right now. There's actually thousands of people that are being gang stalked that are online right now. A lot of them have given up posting shit because they're just tired of it, okay? They just figure, what's the use? Nobody's gonna help them. The police don't help them. The FBI don't help them. Lawyers don't help them, and lawyers are involved in gang stalking. This is where some of the racketeering comes into play at. It's organized crime in the system, baby cakes. Land co-opting, property co-opting, mortgage co-opting, trust fund liquidation, identity theft, racketeering of all forms, extortion, robbery, rape, murder, snuff films, prostitution rings. They're involved in all of it and more. Okay, So when you got illegal, filthy sewer rat animals in the system who are using their employment descriptions to do what they do, how is just a regular person who they've made homeless, okay? How is a person like me ever going to beat this kind of bullshit when they're even syndicated to judges? What is a prosecutor? A prosecutor is a lawyer. What is a DA? A DA is a lawyer. Okay? So when you got police who are involved in gang stalking, and you better be damn sure that no DA that wants to survive politically is ever going to go up against the police. Absolutely not. Unless it's a police officer that the syndicate decides they want out of the police department, because maybe that one cannot be managed to cooperate in the organized crime that's going on in it. Then maybe a DA will go after a cop. Absolutely. The second that a DA goes after a cop for any bad behavior, you better believe, no matter if the cop was involved in some of the most heinous crimes you can think of on the job, like rape, even raping a child, the police officers union will make sure that that DA is not supported in the next election. Make no mistake about it. You would not believe the sick mentality of some of these cops, man. They're fucking freaks. I mean it, man. These people are sick. Okay, so, in closing, ladies and gentlemen, look, my father was Chief MP to General Curtis LeMay. Okay? I don't hate cops. In fact, I even made a video. You can go to YouTube right now and type in "Learning Disabled Woman Exposes the Gang Stalking of Police Officers." Okay? Because me being a Christian, I have no right to keep the knowledge of what I know to myself. And as a result, somebody could die over it. And you might think that that sounds emotional or grandstanding or whatever. I don't think so. Because I know exactly what I'm talking about. And police officers have been targets of this crime. Alright, so you can go to Google, in closing, you can go to Google and you can go to YouTube and type in the Hemet Police, H-E-M-I-T, Hemet Police, gang squad being gang stalked. Google it and YouTube it and research it extensively. So, ladies and gentlemen, I made this video today to kind of like give you just an update about what's happening to me in every aspect of my life. I'm here today to tell you the truth, and I can look you right now and tell you it. The San Diego Police Department are involved in gang stalking. No matter how much they lie about it or call me crazy concerning it, to my face or in court or to a doctor. So is the San Diego Sheriff's Department, including sheriff's deputies, definitely inside the Hall of Justice and the courthouse. Make no mistake about it. And were they involved? Did I experience any gang stalking at all when I was in a detention center when they arrested me on November 10th, 2014, within 22 hours of me making a tweet prediction that I would be arrested? That's right. Did I experience any gang stalking in that detention center? And I was brutally attacked inside the courthouse that they took me to, where I got railroaded by a public defender. Absolutely, in reference to the public defender. Now, so as far as I'm concerned, once you engage in extremely felonious behavior towards me, that keeps you locked in and isolated in this campaign in reference to me exposing you until you are exposed and criminally prosecuted, and I don't give a shit what I got to go through until that happens. So, my name is Leslie Williams, and the reason why I said all that is because I know they're watching my videos. I am learning disabled, but make no mistake about it, I am very smart. Okay? So, if anything happens to me and my videos stop, my Twitter account, which is @Higgins, GGGGG, and my YouTube videos, if they stop, they staged another event, and they're using homeless people, especially men, towards me, in order to psychologically motivate me to call the police after they staged an attack, like an assault. That's right. That's right. That way the police can say, well, what are you living here for anyways? Don't you know how to take care of yourself? In their police reports. The police reports are used in order to take the illegal syndicated probate control for extortion, racketeering, insurance fraud, and human trafficking in an organized crime syndicated run group home. And this is how they operate. They're going after my Social Security right now. Right now as I speak. I guarantee you I'm going to lose it in this upcoming year, whether it be next week, next month, or 2 months down the road. They're doing a disability review right now. I've been gang stalked in every single Social Security office in 3 different states. Absolutely. Okay, gotta get I'm in San Diego, California. I gotta cook dinner and I gotta get ready for bed. I do appreciate you listening, and the only thing I ask and hope and pray for is that you research these crimes so you can educate yourself, so you can make informed decisions in order to protect yourself, your property, your loved ones, and your friends, and so you can witness what's happening to us targeted individuals, so you can know the truth concerning these matters and how corrupt the police are. If they'll target me and do anything they want to me and get away with it completely, which they are, do you honestly think that they would not target one of your loved ones? Make no mistake about it. I do appreciate you listening, and have a nice day.